You're on now.
Thank you. Okay, first item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join us. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have the minutes from the last meeting to approve. Anybody have any questions about the minutes from the April 27th regular meeting? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Fiscal business, we have the fiscal officer's report.
This is the first meeting of the month, so the board has received copies of the appropriation fund and revenue status reports. Staff has access to those as well. For the record, I'm going to read into the record that we have $13,268,857.43 in our checking and investments account. And I did get the first draft of the tax budget completed today, sent it to Mr. Cameron. He has, I'm sure, not had an opportunity to open that file yet. So it's our hope that within a month, we'll have it back to you with the idea of approving it the last meeting in June.
Okay, and we have the, anybody have any questions about the officer's report? Okay, current bills. Had a chance to take a look at these. Anybody have any questions? So a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And anything else, Lynn?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anything under unfinished business, Jack, have anything?
No.
New business administration, no items for the agenda?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Police Department, we have resolution 4690, a resolution accepting a donation from Sandy's Auto and Truck Service.
Sandy's donated $603.16. They'd like to have it earmarked for Safety Town to buy 4 pedal cars with, and they'd like a little advertisement on the back, I guess, and maybe be on the first rotation so when the kids have an accident and wreck one of the cars.
Yeah.
But we appreciate their donation. I'd ask the board to accept it.
Okay, so a motion to approve 4690.
So moved. Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yeah.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And we have a step increase for Stephen Getter, probationary part-time officer.
Steve's completed his FTO program and did it pretty quickly. Pretty smart guy. So the norm is that once they complete FTO, they rise to the higher rate. So that would go from $15 an hour to $22.82, and that would be retroactive back to April the 25th.
Okay.
I ask the board to accept it.
Is there a motion to accept this pay increase for Stephen Getter?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yeah.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And we have your monthly report, Chief.
Just on top of the monthlies in front of you, we had a little bit of a run of ID theft during the tax season last month with some of the fake IRS calls, pay us money kind of things, and then some actual ID theft where people had filed in somebody else's name and got their money. So a few of those floating around. Other than that, so we just arrested a guy that was heading in the country, broke out of Xenia. 3 guns, bags of marijuana, scales, 4 knives, a ski mask, a hatchet. So we're trying to determine what the heck he was up to. So
Good.
Was he around in the community?
he was, Charles Sweet, Officer Sweet pulled him over for failing to signal, and one thing led to another, and next thing you know, he's got all this stuff in the car. So guns were loaded. I lied to the officer till the gun. Had some of them hid underneath the seat. Chuck was, as he pulled out the car, saw the butt of a gun sticking out, I believe, the holster, and drew his attention. Went downhill there from there with them. So, and other than that, this is Police Memorial Week, so just keep policemen in your thoughts.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for the Chief? Okay, thank you very much. Fire District, we have resignation from Kent Denman. Going to Kettering.
Yep.
Full-time.
Yeah, I guess. Bad for us.
Bad for us. Okay, is there a motion to accept the resignation for firefighter paramedic Kent Denman?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yeah.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And then we have the fire district's monthly report.
We had a, luckily it was contained to a small fire at Drug Mart. Passerby at just before midnight had seen something, they thought it was a light pole that was smoking. It was actually the ballast that were running underneath, and it ran the entire strip mall,
I saw
where
that.
it was the electrical fire there, and if they wouldn't have seen it, we probably would have lost that strip mall by the time it had worked into the material.
I saw you guys there in the morning when I was going, you there all night?
We went back in the morning to
Okay.
recheck it.
Okay.
We met with one of the electricians afterwards.
Yeah, I saw, that's what I saw. So, wow.
When was that?
29th.
Okay.
Anything else you want to point out on your report, chief?
I think the rest is all pretty straight cut.
Yep. Anybody have any questions about the fire monthly report? Okay, moving on. Anything else at all, Steve? Anything else? Okay. Road department monthly report, monthly report, purchase recommendation? What I do? Oh, is it? I'm sorry, Jeff.
Oh, no, that's fine. We can jump back, sir.
I missed
No trouble.
zoning department. Darn. Resolution 4691, a resolution determining the maintenance of a specific tract of land constitutes a nuisance.
Yes, the first item that you have is basically mowing 3/4 of the lot, not mowing the remaining quarter. It's a neighbor dispute we're hoping to work through, but I need this as a tool to help that process.
I saw Jeff the other day, and he said, why can't people just get along? I don't know if this is the same.
No, this was not, there was another one, but yes, it was in the same vein, sir, yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve 4691?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And then we have 4692, also nuisance
Yeah,
recommendation.
this one is our habitual property in Magnolia, so we're hoping to not have all the phone calls by getting their trustee meeting earlier than what we have in the past, so.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve 4692?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And we need to set a date for a public hearing for a map amendment at 6870 State Route 48.
Yeah, I'm looking for June 8th, if you're available for that time at 5:30.
Okay, is there a motion to set our meeting, public hearing for June 8th at 5:30?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yes. And your monthly report?
Yeah, just want to bring your attention to the reason we have this concept plan. It may look, for those of you who've been in the area for some time, as a subdivision that we've already approved. We have. They, however, did not go forth and finalize their final plat by recording it, so they had to go back to start and go through the process again, which then addressed some issues. Some of the neighbors within the subdivision of Cypress Ridge have actually encroached into this section. So
They're mowing it?
they actually put up a earthen mound and trees, and
Really?
as a result, they have actually legitimized that space as an appropriate barrier between the two sections of subdivision. Have relocated the private drive, have been very friendly and neighborly to work out these disputes, so it gives me hope that there may be
Some people can
opportunity
get
somewhere in the township for that to occur.
Wow. So just squatted on the land and took it over, and they said, okay, you can have it?
Well, no,
It's gonna be the buffer.
yeah, they used it as a buffer, but instead of coming through and taking out the trees and everything else and saying, you screwed up, they said, all right, it's not ideal, but we'll make this modification and we'll go forth and put an easement on top of it, because it will help both sections of the subdivision through
How
time.
about that?
So, we're still dealing with an issue with ODOT for access, because it actually, the way in which it's currently at the concept phase, it connects Grand Cypress to a gravel drive that's just north of what used to be Happy's Pies, Carl's
Sure.
consignment. And there's some concern about directing traffic in and out of that section. ODOT has still been quiet. They've been apparently busy putting in our lights. So I'll take it, they're working on other things. We'll get them back to this issue. So,
Okay.
but I can answer other questions of the month, sir.
Does anybody have any questions for Jeff about his monthly report? Okay. Anything else from the zoning department?
Not today, sir.
Road department, purchase recommendation, this is our resurfacing program.
Yes, sir, it's in conjunction with Warren County like we've been doing the last several years, and as you know, that could potentially go up or change basically whenever they get into, hit a soft spot or some base that's not quite holding when they get in and do some milling, so I think this came in at 8,000 or 10,000 or so less than what we had estimated, so we're a little bit ahead right now, we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, you never know.
And Jurgensen got the bid, same as they get it every year, and I'm not sure when they'll be starting, haven't got that word yet, but once they start, you know, they move quick, so.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
Mr. Wade,
Yes.
before we have a motion on that, last year was the first year this happened, but the engineer's office asked for 75% of the fee in advance, and that was something the board had to pass in advance. So I don't know if I'm jumping the gun on this or not, but in order to do that, if you wanna take it in one fell swoop, is there a resolution? No, it's not. Do you wanna include that, or do you wanna wait?
Yeah, I
on
mean,
that?
if it's happened in the past,
Just
you could
last year.
certainly make part of the motion pay 267,923 or more if it ends up,
Well, 75% of
75%
267 in advance.
well, okay, yeah, I'm saying cover both of those bases, so your motion would be, this is the amount, it could be more, and we might have to front some amount of the money, and that's all part of the motion. I think that's what you're
That'd be great.
suggesting.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
And they brought that up early in the process last year. I haven't heard any talk of that this year, so I don't know what their intentions are.
You know, if they don't ask for it, we keep our mouth shut, but, you know.
Well,
Don't want to have a technical issue if we have to do that
right.
with the
Well, we
approval.
did a lot of work to make sure it was okay. We went through the prosecutors, we did through the auditors, because we weren't sure we could prepay anything. So it was just a lot of work, that's why I remember that.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the resurfacing program to the tune of $267,923 more or less, and also to approve an advance payment of 75%, whatever the amount might be, more or less. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved. Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yeah.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yeah.
Mr. Wade?
That'd be good enough.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
No reason not to approve it now, but if we could pop up on us and we can say it's done, do the check, or not. Hopefully they don't want it.
And you would still have the opportunity to approve the check in your regular meeting.
Right.
This just gives me the authorization to cut it.
Okay. Monthly report?
We'll have both mowers out in full swing next week. Ryan said he's off all week. He's got 1,000 some acres of beans to plant this week, so he'll be out Monday. Dennis will be out as soon as we fix the other mower, so both of those will be out in full swing, and parts are all in. I think we got it, might well finish tomorrow. Ditching like crazy, we got 13 on the list, we've already done 7, they just keep growing, so we're out and about. If anybody asks, I got the bid in for the curbs today, but I'll get it to you for the next meeting, so the curbs will be getting started soon to the curb repair work, so.
Good.
Scott, do you want to mention the salt bidding stuff, because some things transpired with that?
Oh, it's the standard, we just, the swap, 4G, I just sent in our payment of $25 to be a member of that, and they're gonna start that process earlier this year in case they run into any issues like last year. It's the same one that we've been in through Montgomery County's office up there, so as far as I know, it's the same process, they're just starting it sooner in case they run into issues like they did last year. And based on my communication with her, they don't believe they'll have the salt issues they had last year, but they're all over the place on the pricing. They're hoping it'll be a little less than it was last year.
Every little bit would help, right? Terrible. Okay, good. Anybody have any questions for Scott? Okay. Anything else under staff updates or anything?
I had a few things. The meeting,
Oh, yes.
the next meeting, I think Tuesday was everybody's day they could do it. We didn't nail down a time. If you want to do that at 9 or the 5:30 time slot.
You know, it doesn't make any difference to me, 9 o'clock in the morning is always good for me, but I don't have a great preference. You guys
I don't-
want-
What was the date on
Is
that?
it
again?
26?
20.
Day
26.
after Memorial Day.
You don't, you don't care?
Yeah, yes, sir.
You gonna be out of town?
No, I'm here. Yeah, I've got it down for 9 o'clock already, so I just assumed that's when we were gonna do it. We'll just,
Let's
let's
set
set
it
it for 9.
for 9. Next meeting will be 9 o'clock on the 26th.
Just means I have to get to work early that day, I guess.
Better than noon.
No 10 o'clock.
Well, you get a day off the day before, so you'll have plenty of time to prepare.
Great. Oh, no slack, Jack.
Yeah, well. The other thing, I sent an email, but I thought I'd just update verbally now that we're together. The Washington fly-in through Warren County was 2 weeks ago. I thought it was very well done. Martin Russell with the County Port Authority, Chris Pizzuto with Springboro spearheaded, along with another person in Martin Russell's office. There was 35 or so people, I didn't count them, from the private and public side. So they had good attendance, meetings with Shabbat, Senator Brown, Senator Portman, with their staff, and then with our group and those two senators and congressmen. So it was a good effort. It was good for me to do that and to meet the people. Senator Portman commented to our group that it's nice to see Warren County send a group, because it's been Dayton, Cincinnati, it's not been Warren County, so the effort was recognized, at least by him. So it was good. I would say doing that each year is probably a good exercise.
I agree. Very good. Anything else? That's it?
No.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
Did we wanna talk about the town hall?
Oh,
Now that we're all three here?
yeah.
Oh, you want me to, I don't know that you're aware, Mr. Hoffman had come in, there was a question with the insurance, so he'd come in to talk to me about that, and he also brought a piece of the paint from the old town hall building on 48. And he said, unfortunately, I'm to the point I just can't maintain this building any longer. He'd done it for years for no cost. Said, okay, I can respect that for sure. He said, you know, you got a couple options. You probably don't want to paint it anymore. It's really taking about all the paint it's going to take. So either do something more permanent, or you might consider taking it down and just removing it. And I think there was an option considered years ago to actually move the building somewhere. So at the last meeting, I kind of threw that out as, hey, we probably need to get some idea of what wants to be happen with the building, and you weren't here for that meeting.
And I can tell you, we don't have any good ideas.
I haven't been in since I was 16.
Well, that's what, and I knew you had more experience out there than I think either one of us, but
I've been in it many times.
I've looked at it, and I don't have any good idea. I mean, moving it is cost prohibitive in my opinion.
$40,000-$50,000 move to get it to the park.
So,
Well, that'd be my guess.
I mean, the only other idea that I came up with was seeing if one of the Boy Scout troops in Springboro wanted to take over the maintenance of it as their community service project. And I don't even know, I
My
don't
only
know how
concern
that
with that
works.
would be liability if somebody got hurt out there.
It's, certainly, we want to maintain it if there's a purpose for the building. If we don't have a purpose for it, that would be unfortunate, but
That's the other challenge. It's,
Yeah.
I'm sure it will hear something based on the historians that are in our community, but there's no good, I mean,
No electric, no water.
there's no electric in
No
it.
heat. I think we cut it off years ago. It was old and unsafe.
the only other thought is to go to the historical society and see if they wanna try to do something like it. That way we vetted that so that there's no pushback. And I can do that. I can reach out to those guys.
You could always use the argument that it's so close to the road right away, it's a hazard for a high.
Which is
speed
true.
road.
When it was built, it was horses, so it didn't
They
matter.
used to be, they used to vote it there, and we stopped that because we're running across
Yeah.
the road, about to get hit regularly. Anyway, I don't know, you know, you hate to lose parts of history, something like that wall, but, at the same time, what the heck, like I said, if it was a nice building that could stand and move and didn't need it, it really needs totally rebuilt.
Do we have a key? Do you have a key somewhere, or? does-
I'm sure we do. I
Bill,
haven't been in
I
it.
bet the bill has
There's
one.
keys for it.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr.
I think there's
Hoffman-
keys in the thing in there, I've been in there.
I'd like to look.
Dennis might have a key, I don't know, he's got 75 keys.
I'd like to just
I don't have a key.
look at it.
Yeah, you should go.
I think it would, at least,
Maybe it'll
mention
give
it
you
to
an
Bill
idea.
Staffen, who was the scoutmaster there for years, and see if he has an idea.
Yeah, you just check with those.
I'll check with the Historical Society just so we cover our bases there. I mean, if it was on the other side of the road, it'd even be a different discussion, but for where it is with no parking, it's.
I'll have a practice burn on
Might be a little close.
What is the name, I'm just trying to write the minutes.
there. The old township house.
Is the old township house, the old, was it a township hall?
It
Town
says-
hall.
It says
It
town
was
hall,
the-
yeah.
Okay.
Government building.
Good office for Jack.
Just move admin out there.
Some days when they want to be alone without heat or water.
Yeah, it's like your retreat office.
Yeah.
No downside to starting a fire inside, if that's the concern.
Now, if
Hey,
you have
Chief,
to
you
be fired,
don't
you
have to
run
come
down.
quick, but
Wait 15 minutes and then come on out.
I would be worried about mold at this point.
Well, and if it's tiny enough to keep the water out, you probably take it back. That's another issue, everything.
sounds like if there's no really compelling reason, it's probably time to,
How much land
Raise
does the
the building.
township own around there?
Feet.
Oh,
Feet.
so there's not, it's, the footprint of the building is it?
There's not much around it.
I'd have to look at
Most-
the auditors,
Do you,
man.
do we mow it?
Neighbors.
Oh.
I think Chuck does, doesn't he, across the street?
Is this outhouse still there?
We did talk about that at the last meeting.
Complete that.
Put that on Gov Deals and see what we can get out of the house.
I don't know, maybe we can see something that, like I say, I'd love to see it saved if it could be reasonably, for a reasonable price and have some use.
Does it make sense to talk to the neighbors to see if they want, so you could just deed it over?
Well, let's talk to the Historical Society and
Yeah.
let Steve look at it and see if you guys come up with any great ideas. I don't know.
I think the some meter small guy owns the shop next to it.
I think so too. Maybe you
Still?
want to take that over.
You guys still own it?
Used to be the blacksmith shop. Well, you know, Jerry Hawk, well, we might want Jerry Hawk. Yeah, is there anything else to discuss tonight? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay?
Mr. Mearsclaw? Mr. Wade?
Yeah.